having said that, the chances are you're going to buy a theme, right? The chances are you've already bought Thesis or Genesis. Maybe you haven't bought either of those, but the chances are most business people who are really running a serious business enterprise are not running that enterprise on a free theme. Either because it doesn't do what they want it to, free themes don't do what they want them to do, or free themes don't look the way they want them to look. And free themes can be easy to create, but professional themes generally require a substantial amount of time and investment on the part of the author. And the chances are, a good professional theme is not going to be available to you free. So there are some reputable sources of themes to purchase. Obviously, at first we're talking about DIY themes for Thesis and Studio Press for Genesis. But besides those two, if you don't want to use either of those two, there are a number of other very reputable outfits like Woo Themes. They have tons of really good themes, and they have a stellar reputation for creating very high quality professional themes. And in fact, they've got some free themes that are worth taking a look at, and you can be perfectly safe using one of their free themes if the free theme meets your needs. My other favorite source is wpmu.dev. These guys have hundreds of themes and plugins, and they are probably the most reputable source of WordPress plugins and themes. They're certainly the largest supplier of high quality commercial WordPress plugins and themes, and they maintain a very large repository of free plugins and themes that they distribute through WordPress.org. So there are a lot of WPMU dev plugins and themes that you'll find on WordPress.org. And so this is a very reputable place to get commercial or business related themes. And they're very well written, they're very well supported, and they're excellent products. I've been a long-time member of their site. Now, ThemeForest is not a reputable place to buy themes. It is only as reputable as the author, because ThemeForest will let essentially anybody publish a theme. Doesn't matter how bad you are. They'll let anybody who can demonstrate a mild level of competence publish and sell a theme. That doesn't have anything to do with how good you are at support. It doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you can write secure code. They don't check to make sure your code is secure. Right, at WordPress.org, every theme is checked to make sure that it doesn't have security vulnerabilities. You can count on the free themes at WordPress.org to be very carefully scrutinized before they're added. Somebody says, Michael says it's not true. He knows of authors that have had their themes refused. Oh, I'm not saying that they are without standards. I'm definitely not saying that ThemeForest does not have some standards of determining who they'll let write themes. I'm just saying that they do not. It is not like Woo Themes or WPMU.dev or some of the other large theme houses where they are very scrupulous about security, making sure that everything they do has a uniform level of security in what is written, and making sure that everything has a uniform level of support. Right? ThemeForest is the wild, wild west. It may not be just fun some Joe Blow on Google, wild, wild west, but you may or may not get support. Your theme author may or may not be a competent coder. There may or may not be security vulnerabilities in themes that are submitted to ThemeForest. And they don't know because they don't have a system for checking it. Right? The ThemeForest is a let the buyer beware. Now, having said that, there are plenty of good themes here. Right? It's just when you buy something on ThemeForest, it is let the buyer beware. And there's no guarantee of any kind of support that you sort of expect when you pay money for something. Now, it's also a cheap place to buy stuff, right? But now, if you're going to buy a theme from ThemeForest, let's just say you want to buy a WordPress theme from ThemeForest. And let's see, what was the name of the one that I just saw recently installed? What was that? Give me just a second. I'm going to check because I helped somebody install one that actually probably does meet the buyer beware standard. If I can just remember its name or remember where she gave it to me. I'm sorry, I don't remember its name, but it was a pretty cool theme. Now you can, let's see, you can tell. Okay, somebody's had 3 purchases and 12 comments. Chances are this is not something that you want to jump into, right? You can go to Titan Themes and see what else they have. They have 252 sales total, but they only have, let's see, view their portfolio. Okay, 45 sales, 204 sales, so video press, okay. So here's something that's had a bunch of sales. It has only 22 ratings. You know, I mean, if you were going to buy something like this, what I would do is buy it, I would sort by sales first, and then look at the ratings based on sales. Okay, this guy has sold 66,920 copies of his theme, and he has a buyer rating of almost 5 stars with 57,000. Okay, this is a safe buy, right? It's a safe buy because people are happy with this, and it's had lots of testing, and you know, you can buy this with confidence. Whereas other themes that don't have that, I mean, it's very useful to be able to see these buyer ratings and actually go look at the comments, because you can often find in comments where stuff is not getting support, right? Because a lot of people will try and get support from the comment section, and so anyway, this would be a great theme to buy if you're happy if you're happy with the way it works and looks, because it clearly has an excellent track record and an excellent reputation. So if you use that kind of process for choosing a theme, then it can be a great place. But you cannot buy a theme at ThemeForest with the same degree of confidence that you can buy it from Woo Themes or from WPMU.dev or from any of the other large theme suppliers, because it's based on the individual developer's reputation that you have to make the value judgment. You don't make that value judgment at WPMU.dev or WooCommerce, right? Because everything or StudioPress for that matter, everything that they do meets the same security standard, the same coding standards, and the same level of support. And so it's and Michael, actually, I wasn't paying attention to your discourse there, but you said try the Avada theme, and there you go. This is clearly a theme that a person could purchase with a high degree of certainty that it's well written, it's secure, and it's well supported. It's just that it's not uniformly the case. Now, anybody who's been around me very long knows that I like CodeCanyon. And, CodeCanyon is essentially, well, the plugins for CodeCanyon, WordPress plugins for CodeCanyon, are similar to ThemeForest for WordPress themes, in that, again, you have varying degrees of capability and competence and support. And I bought stuff on CodeCanyon that was, absolutely useless junk. On the other hand, if you're only spending $15 for it, it probably doesn't matter if it's useless junk. There can be some useful stuff that's available for purchase here, and the trick to that is to again recognize that if something's had 4 sales or 3 sales or 2 sales, and if the developer doesn't have a good rating, then this is another situation where the buyer has to beware. And so it's just new folks become accustomed to being able to make purchases, and they think to themselves, oh, ThemeForest and CodeCanyon and Template Monster and Woo themes, they're all the same. Well, they're not all the same. There are significant differences between buying something at ThemeForest and buying it from someplace else. But now you have the tools to know whether to be able to make an informed decision if you are inclined to make a purchase there. And I do purchase stuff on CodeCanyon all the time. And as Michael suggests, always read the comments section before purchase. Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth.